The Corona family had long dreamed of opening a Mexican restaurant in their hometown of Imperial Beach. And in early 2020, they were on their way.
Right before the
Then came the
pandemic.
pandemic.
When we were getting ready to open, it was already, you know, everything was closed and everything was completely different for us.
Tanya Corona opened for takeout orders in April, but still struggled to make rent. So, when the federal Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP, was announced, Corona immediately went to her bank to try to get funding.
And they said I didn't qualify for the one they were offering because my business was so new.
The Corona family story is one that became all too common in San Diego County and throughout the country during 2020. A half a trillion in federal dollars were sloshing through the economy through the program, but relatively few were ending up in the pockets of business owners in underserved places like Imperial Beach. When you look at the share of businesses receiving loans, there is a stark divide between North and South County. The success rate for applicants from census tracts in Imperial Beach, San Ysidro, Nestor, and Paradise Hills, mainly low income areas with large minority populations, was 5% or less. But travel north to affluent, mostly white census tracts in places like Carlsbad, Poway, and Encinitas, and the success rates are 96% or above. Data analyzed by the journalism nonprofit Reveal show these disparities exist in the vast majority of large metro areas in the United States. The primary reason for this inequity is that PPP loans were distributed by banks, and many small minority owned businesses lack existing banking relationships, says Mark Herbert, a small business
And
advocate.
so when you build a program and just bolt it on top of our existing commercial financing system, it's going to exacerbate the problems that had already existed even before the pandemic.
The data show vast inequity in San Diego County. Lenders gave 61% of loans to businesses in majority white census tracts and just under 12% to businesses in majority Latinx census tracts. While Corona was barely hanging on in Imperial Beach, Molly Boyd, the owner of Brill Hair Lounge in Carlsbad, was facing her own crisis. In March 2020, she, like hairstylists everywhere, had to close her salon. Her clients didn't take it well.
Everybody started panicking, not only like health wise, but like I have to look good. I mean, we are in California.
She also applied for a PPP loan from her usual bank and was put on a waiting list. Her friends told her about a bank that had no waiting list, and she quickly got funding. The bank, C3 Bank in Encinitas, issued 84% of its loans to businesses in white majority census tracts. But Boyd doesn't see inequity in the process.
If you didn't put in the time and the work and the extra that you needed to in order to stay afloat, then you're just gonna, again, you're just complaining. It's hard to say like, oh, you didn't have internet. Like it's 2021. Like everybody has internet, and if you don't have it, then you better get a new phone.
A lot of individuals don't have Wi-Fi, they don't have a computer, they don't have a tablet. So we ultimately started making notifications by making flyers.
Imperial Beach Councilman Matthew Leyba Gonzalez represents the area that got the lowest rate of loans. He says the challenges go beyond internet connections and phones. Many have few, if any, employees, and their prior experiences with banks and other lenders have been more negative than positive.
I feel some of the individuals may have felt a little, inferior as far as applying.
In recent months, the federal government has tried to give out money more equitably, including setting aside a 2-week period where only small businesses in low income areas can apply. But in the meantime, business owners like Corona in Imperial Beach are looking to the future and hoping for a recovery that will keep them afloat. Right now, she works another full time job while running the restaurant and taking care of her kids.
We have good days and bad days. I think more bad than good right now.
She's getting ready to open for in person dining in the next few weeks and hopes new customers will come to sample her dad's specialty, salmon soup. Claire Trageser, KPBS News.